Excelsior Springs. A chummy gathering on hand across the way, as you might expect, with this first of 3 tonight. This place will be a nut house by the time Excelsior Springs comes in here this evening. Here's Abney off the tip. His first shot put up of the night is blocked away by Mike Williams. Coach Pete Rohrbeck, he likes his ball club despite the fact they only won 4 games all year. They were 2-5 in the MRVC, and they lost 4 of those 5 games by a total of 12 points. So they can be very competitive. Here's Abney in the middle, puts up a shot and hits the first deuce of the night for the Owls, who shot it over 6'2" forward Matt Adams. The Owls will use Abney down low and post him up at times. That time Joe got one to go down. Now here's a steal by Abney in the forecourt. Abney goes down, lays it off to Bodie. Now Bodie will have to take it back outside. Bodie probably should have taken the layup inside, but thought he might get his shot blocked. Now goes downstairs to Sleeper, back to Bodie. Steve along the baseline, stops from 6 feet, won't get the roll. Rebound by Kodowitz. Kodowitz puts it in off the glass. The Owls are out early, 4-zip. Back with it comes Ryan Isles. Off to Adams, down the baseline, in the paint for Isles, who gets the roll. Isles, the sophomore, gets his first 2. Here's Fan, wing left side, has the ball taken away. He lost it, got it back, then lost it again. And back comes Holcomb with it, the sophomore. Holcomb bounce pass, wing right side in the corner for Williams. And then Williams throws it way over the head of Holcomb and out the doorway to our left, and where they're taking the tickets over there. Played 1 minute and 15 seconds. It's a 4-2 Marshall lead. Odessa has 2 turnovers. The Owls have 1. Marshall will have the ball underneath their own bucket. Bodie inbounds to Abney. Joe Abney has been magnificent the last 2-3 weeks for the Owls. He has just controlled the game from start to finish. Abney off to Bodie. Over to Eric Fan. Fan in the corner. Odessa in a man-to-man defense. There's a little alley-oop pass to Bodie. Great save inside to Kodowitz, but he had his shot blocked away by Pennington. Back comes Odessa, 2-on-2, the layup, count the bucket by Mike Williams, and a foul is called against the Owls. Eric Fan will be called for the foul. That'll be his first. That's the first team foul of the night. And going to the line to try and give the Bulldogs their first lead is Mike Williams. The little left-hander puts it up. Won't go down and hit the top of the basket standard, so it will be out to the Owls, and we're still tied at 4. Kodowitz will inbound to Abney. Abney walks the ball across the timeline, dribbling with the right hand off to Bodie near the hash mark, right side. Off to Fan on the wing. Fan top of the circle to Kodowitz. They swing it around to Bodie. Top of the circle to Abney, into Kodowitz. Down low, Bodie had it, couldn't shoot it. Didn't have a good angle to the bucket, and will pull the dribble out near the hash mark again. Off to Fan. Fan and this Odessa man-to-man. The Owls trying to shake somebody free along the baseline. Now the ball is lost in the back court, and Odessa in turn turns the ball over back to Marshall, and Fan comes up with it. Teams trade turnovers, and Abney has it. Abney off to Bodie. Bodie pops a 3 over Williams. It's long, no good. Rebound in the corner, run down by Abney. Nice pass back inside to Kodowitz, who lost it. But they're going to say it went off an Odessa player last, and the Owls get a break, and they'll get the ball back. Inbound to Abney. Abney off to Kodowitz. Kodowitz back to Bodie. Bodie for a long 3-pointer. Good. Bodie sinks the tray. That's the first of the night for the Owls. Now a bad pass thrown away by Fan. 3-on-3. Fan gives it up to Abney in the paint. Joe wheels in the lane, puts it up, no good. Rebound tapped up by Fan. That won't go, and back comes Odessa the other way quickly. Here's Holcomb. He stops at the 3-point line, right-hand side of the lane. Way out high to Williams. Williams over to Pennington. He'll drive the lane. Nice dish inside to Isles, who puts it in off the glass. Isles has got 4. Here's Bodie for a 3, quickly the other way, and the Owls hit again. Steve Bodie had 3 great games to end the regular season. He's picked up right where he left off there. Now the Owls with some pressure, but Odessa does get to the forecourt. That's Adams on the drive, but he turned it over. The Owls changed up their defense a little bit and suddenly went after Odessa with the trap, and it pays off with the turnover, and Kodowitz will inbound. The game was tied at 4, but a couple of 3s by Bodie sandwiched around a bucket by Isles makes it 10-6. Here's almost a steal by Williams, and he was upended inadvertently by Bodie. Bodie comes back down and fires a three. It's partially blocked by Williams. Bodie gets his own rebound, goes down the lane, off the sleeper in the paint. Max puts it up. That won't go. He was bumped, no call. And back comes Odessa. The officials are letting them play here early. They must be getting ready for the Kearney Excelsior Springs matchup. Here's Abney picking off yet another pass. Joe's already got 3 steals in the first quarter. Abney in the paint, rolls to the lane, lays it up. Will it go, or will it be an offensive foul? They're going to count the bucket, and a foul called against Odessa. Abney goes 6'1", but he can slice that body in between the bigger bodies in the paint, and he can get it done down there. He can back in on bigger players and make a move to the hoop. That's exactly what he did that time. That foul was on Holcomb. So both teams have a team foul, and Abney hits the remainder of the three-point play on the free throw, and the Owls lead now 13-6. Quickly back is Pennington. Pennington, they swing it around. Get it off to Holcomb, goes baseline. Nice pass down low to Isles, but he was forced too low by Sleeper and missed the shot. Back comes Abney the other way. The Owls are going to run. Here's Abney to the paint, down low, throws the ball away, and Pennington comes up with it. Now Odessa has a break 3-on-2. Pennington stops at the three-point line. He's double-teamed. Gets it off to Williams. Williams in the middle against Bodie. Owls in a man defense. Check it, they're in a zone here to start off. Here's Pennington with a running one-hander. That won't go down. Down low. Shot is forced up by Adams. Will they count the bucket? There's a foul on the play. No indication yet by the official. They're going to count the bucket, and a foul called against Sleeper. Adams, the freshman, picks up his first 2. From the line, trying to complete the three-point play. Fan stepped in, and the shot is good. Adams would have had another one if he wouldn't have made it, but it didn't make any difference. It's a 13-9 ball game. Abney down low. Sleeper takes Isles to the bucket, puts up the shot, count it, and a foul called on Brian Isles. As both teams are having little trouble scoring here at the outset. Sleeper gets it down for his first 2 of the night. And Sleeper will be at the line to try and complete the three-point play, and the Owls are out to a 15-9 advantage. Sleeper from the line gets the roll. 3 consecutive conventional three-point plays. Now in the backcourt, a turnover against Mike Williams as he was pressured by Abney. 6 turnovers in the early going against Odessa. The first time these two teams played, Odessa had 18 turnovers in the ball game, 14 in the first half. Here's Kodowitz off the Fan in the corner. Fan goes baseline, fall away jumper from 15, in and out, no good. Rebound tapped up, almost stolen away. It is stolen away by Abney. Abney goes to the paint, shoots from 8 feet, too hard. Rebound in the paint, Sleeper, foul called against Odessa. Isles picks it up, that's his second. And a substitution coming in for Pete Rorvig's ball club is J.J. Shepard, 6'1" junior forward. Pete Rorvig for this Odessa ball club, his 10th year here. He's also the athletic director at Odessa. Boonville High School graduate, graduated from Central Methodist College in Fayette. So he's no stranger to Mid-Missouri basketball. Here is DeMille Davis on the inbounds as he comes in the ballgame along with Markman Keith for the Owls. Down low, the pass to Keith from Bodie. Cross lane pass to DeMille Davis, who falls away from the bigger Pennington and knocks it in off the glass. DeMille gets his first 2, and now Odessa the other way trying to beat the Owls back, throw it away as Shepard couldn't handle the pass, and Coach Pete Rorvig, with his team already committing 8 turnovers and down 18. Team fouls against Marshall. First of 3 games tonight here at the 3A district at Excelsior Springs. 1A, 2A teams will resume action tomorrow night. And we'll go over at halftime a little bit some of the information there. Here's the inbounds. Davis almost walked with it. And back come the Owls after Adams hit the free throw. He's got 6 in the ball game for Odessa. Here's Davis out high as Odessa extends the defense. Here's Bodie. Bodie off the sleeper. Three-point country off to Davis. Davis shoots it down low, but he walked before he took the pass. And Davis turns the ball over, and the Owls give it back to Odessa with 1:06 left to play in the opening quarter, and Marshall up by 9. Owls with a 2-1-2 press here, and Fox breaks it. Fox into the paint area, try to shove it down along the baseline, but the ball was kicked by Abney. And Odessa will get it back. Inbounding the ball will be Adams. Turn pass comes out to long shot put up by Mike Williams. That's no good. Rebound Pennington. Pass along the baseline to Adams. Hits the jumper. Matt Adams, good-looking freshman. He's got 8. Here's Abney off the Bodie. Nice pass inside the sleeper, but Max lost it out of bounds. Max tried to make a move to the baseline and dribbled the ball off his leg, and the Owls turned the ball over, and Odessa getting right back into this thing here, down by 7. Again, pressure in the backcourt. Fox up the middle to Adams. Adams breaks it. Wing right side. Shepard with a jumper. Good. J.J. Shepard gets his first 2 off the bench. Inside of 30 seconds left to play in the quarter. Abney off to Bodie. Bodie takes a look at the clock. Here's Sleeper at the free throw line. He won't shoot it from there, off the Fan. Fan wants to go inside, gets it back off to Kotowitz. Kotowitz will get it into Abney's hands now with 13 seconds left to play in the quarter. Off the Fan for a 3-pointer, that's no good. Rebound in the corner by Adams. Odessa's got 5 seconds to get something off. Here's Williams off to Pennington for a 3. That won't go down, and that'll end the quarter. Odessa made a nice association, and your sports leader, KMMO Radio. Second quarter action underway. Odessa has it, moving from left to right. Here's Pennington in the corner. Owls lead 21-16, but they were up by a dozen earlier. Here's Shepard, a nice little jump hook, right-hand side of the lane, gets it to go down over Sleeper. And Odessa has put on quite a run here. Here's Bodie down the baseline, tried to throw it back into the lane and threw it away. Back comes the Bulldogs. They can tie it here with a 3. Down low to Shepard. Foul called along the baseline against Bodie. That'll be his first. 5 team fouls against Marshall. Matt Adams will inbound. Adams had 8 points in that first quarter. Lob pass off to Pennington. Down inside. Shepard turns over Sleeper. Hits again. Shepard's got half a dozen. There's Fan to the forecourt. Owls has watched Odessa reel off 11 points in a row here. Here's Bodie off to Sleeper. Sleeper looks inside, nothing doing, off the Fan. Eric for a 3-pointer. That won't go down. Rebound in the lane, taken out by Pennington. Lead pass to Williams, who's got a layup opportunity, and he is hit from behind by Kotowitz, and Coach Kevin Hart has seen enough. He wants to take a timeout. Marshall leads 21-20, but Williams will be at the line to shoot 2 when we come back. 21-9 had things going their way. They had this young Odessa team reeling. And then Marshall went cold from the outside, and Odessa's ran off 11 in a row. And Williams can take the lead here on these 2 free throws. For Kotowitz, that was his second foul, and if you followed the Owls much this year, you know that they don't have a lot of size on the inside. Williams ties it with his first one. He'll get 1 more. That gives the sophomore 3 points in the ball game. Second free throw. Odessa leads. Odessa takes their first lead of the night, and back comes Abney for the Owls. Off the Bodie. Down low Sleeper. Sleeper goes baseline. Nice move around Shepard, blazing it off the glass. Sleeper went around Shepard like he was a statue. Back come the Owls. Here's Fox in the middle. Fox almost lost it. Gets it off to Adams. Back to Fox. In between the 2 circles with it is Williams. Can't get rid of it. Now gets it along the baseline to Fox. Fox will shoot that 3 if you let him. Here's Pennington. Breaks into the lane, throws up a runner, and hits it with the left hand. The 6'4" sophomore gets his first 2 of the night. Odessa again regains the lead. Here's Fan. Wing left side off to Abney. Abney top of the circle. Abney with a couple of dribbles. Abney looks inside. Nothing doing. Now he spins the lane, puts it up with the right hand, and gets it to go down. Abney's got 7. Again, Marshall takes the lead, 25-24. Fox in the corner didn't shoot it. Bodie came out on him. Off to Pennington out high against Kodowitz. Kodowitz playing with 2 fouls. We've still got 6 minutes left to play in the first half. Fox breaks down the lane, lays it up and in. Fox got loose, gets his first 2. Again, Odessa leads. Here's Abney spinning. Back out to Bodie outside. Bodie fakes the shot, gets it off to Abney in the paint. Joe lays it up and in again. Abney is just killing Odessa inside with those drives and knifing moves of the bucket. Out high with it is Williams working on Abney. Off to Pennington for a 3. That's no good. Rebound, weak side, Fan. Back come the Owls. Fan stops at the 3-point line. Off to Bodie. Bodie, who hit 2 threes earlier, passes off to Abney for a 3-point try. Swish. Abney's got a dozen points, and Coach Pete Warvick for Odessa wants to call. And the Owls, after the timeout, come out in a 2-2-1 press. Williams breaks it off to Pennington. 3-on-3, he'll dribble to the corner, goes inside to Shepard, spins over Kodowitz, throws it up, no good. Rebound by Adams, count the bucket. Adams gets it down, he's got 10 already. Back comes Marshall. Bodie down the baseline, puts it up, no good. And then Pennington lost it from behind, but he was fouled by Bodie, and that's 17 fouls against Marshall. And Bodie said something to one of the officials, and the official put the whistle in his mouth but didn't call the technical, and then he wanted to talk to Steve about it. And Bodie picks up the foul, and that's his second. So Kodowitz has 2, Bodie has 2, DeMille Davis checks back in the game. I think Steve was just frustrated. He missed a shot he probably thought he should have made, and then went after the steal after the rebound and caught Pennington on the arm. And Pennington, the sophomore, misses the 1-and-1 try, but Adams gets the rebound in the lane. The Owls didn't box out, and Odessa can tie to take the lead with a 3. Here's Fox to the free throw line. Back off to Williams, open for a 3. That won't go down. Rebound Kodowitz in the paint. Off to Davis, wing left side. Davis diagonal on the dribble across the timeline. Davis over to Kodowitz, wing left Fan. Eric pumps up a 3. That's no good. Rebound tapped out, and it'll come all the way to the backcourt of the Owls, and Davis picks it up. Davis on the dribble, down the lane, off the Sleeper. The Owls lose it out of bounds. Davis had Sleeper open, but let him too much. And that's 6 turnovers for the Owls. And it's still a 2-point Marshall lead. Adams gets it into Williams. Williams against Davis, back to Adams. Back to Adams, still in the backcourt, off to Williams, and they throw it away in front of the Owl bench. It's saved by Williams, and Fox somehow comes up with it. He saves it in bounds, but then Abney had it and fell, and then they're calling for steps. Somehow out of all that circus, Odessa is able to retain the basketball. I don't think Abney ever really had possession. He just came down with the ball, and the ball went out of his hands, and they called him for walking. Odessa gets it back. They can still tie it here. Here's Williams. Off to Tom Holcomb, who's back in the game. Holcomb played in the first quarter and did not score. Here's Pennington, pops up for a jumper and hits it. Scotty Pennington has 4 points. We're tied at 30. Here's Fan open for a 3. That won't go down. Eric's cold here in the first half. Down low, we got a foul called against Holcomb as he tried to strip the ball away from Kodowitz. And that's a pretty good foul by Holcomb because that's only his second, but it's only the team's 5th, and Kodowitz would have had a layup. Here comes Bodie and Marquand Keith back in the game for the Owls. DeMille Davis and Scott Kodowitz will check out. Kodowitz with the 2 fouls. Here's Bodie looking inbound, gets it into Abney. Abney's got Pennington all over him. Here's Fan to Bodie. Abney directing the offense without the ball. Here's Bodie now for Marshall. Bodie against Williams, drives to the baseline, spins in the lane from 8 feet, puts it in off the glass, no good. Steve gets his own rebound going to the bucket, and he is fouled. And that's Isles, that's 3 on him. It is going to be Isles. Ryan Isles, the sophomore, has 3 fouls. And that'll mean Matt Adams will have to check right back in the ball game. Isles had just come back in after having 2 quick ones in the first period. And he'll have to sit down. Isles with 4 points. Bodie will shoot 2. Free throw by Steve. Off the back iron, no good. We're still tied at 30. 30s are wild here. 3:30 on the clock. We're tied at 30. Free throw by Bodie. Steve hits the second one. The Owls regain the lead, at least for the moment. In the backcourt, that's Holcomb. Holcomb streaks across the timeline to the hash mark on the right. Slips and falls. Now he's double teamed, and they're going to call him for traveling. 11 turnovers against Odessa. The Owls have 7 turnovers all of a sudden here in this first half. Here's Keith off the fan. Fan to Joe Abney. Abney for Marshall, slowly across the timeline against Fox. The Owls clear out underneath for Abney. Over to Bodie. Bodie pops up for a jumper over Williams. It was partially blocked. Steve gets his own rebound though along the baseline and flips it back out to Sleeper. Over to Marquin Keith. He wants to drive, slips it back inside. Bodie working underneath, puts it up and in. Haven't seen Steve operate too much down there, and he has been in this first half and been successful. Back comes Odessa, not a good pass, stolen away by Fan, and the Owls get yet another Odessa turnover. Marshall leads. Here is Bodie with a jumper. It's short. Rebound in the paint. Pennington had it, lost it. Adams recovers, and then gets away from Sleeper off the Fox. Fox almost walked, got away with one, I think. Off to Holcomb. Holcomb wants to go inside. Pennington gets away from Keith, puts it up and in. It's a 33-32 Owl lead. Here's Bodie against Pennington. He takes him in underneath. Foul called against Scott Pennington, and Bodie will go to the line for 2. Steve has been very aggressive to the bucket for the Owls here in this first half. And for Pennington, that's his first. That's 16 fouls against Odessa. Kodowitz back in the game, and Eric Fan will come out. Marshall at one time led by a dozen midway through the first quarter, and then Odessa went on a 13-point run to take a lead, and the team's been going back and forth ever since. Bodie misses the first one. The Owls were 3 of 5 from the line in the first half. Odessa's 4 of 5. Bodie's second free throw, swish. Steve hits 1 of 2. He's got 10. The Owls lead by a deuce, and we're coming up on 2:10 left to play in the half. Here's Pennington off the Fox. Fox lost it, gets it back to Williams somehow, and Williams fires up a 3. In and out, no good. Rebound by Kodowitz to Abney. Back come the Owls. Abney over the line on the left. Stops at the 3-point line, pops a jumper. That won't go down. Rebound underneath. Sleeper has it, lays it up and in. Sleeper got a tip as Kodowitz was battling for it, and the Owls got the lucky bounce, and Sleeper put it in. Here comes Adams, spins in the lane, almost lost it, kicks it back out to Holcomb. Off to Fox. Go Holcomb in 3-point country against Bodie. Down inside, nice pass to Williams, who blows a layup. Gets his own rebound, then he's fouled from behind by Marquin Keith. And that'll send Williams to the line for a 1-and-1 with 1:41 left to play in the half, and the Owls up by 4. You're listening to KMMO Marshall. Pat Duncan with you from the 3A district at Excelsior Springs. The girls played last night, and the boys are playing this evening. This is the first of 3 boys games. Richmond has a bye tonight. It'll be Kearney and Excelsior Springs after this one. As Williams hits the first free throw, he'll get the bonus. And then Platte County takes on Oak Grove at 8:30. Williams hits them both, so Oak Grove capitalizes on the 1-and-1 situation, and Scott Kodowitz will come back out, and Marquin Keith comes back in. And before they can hand Keith the ball, DeMille Davis is buzzed into the ball game for Steve Bodie. Davis will inbound. Sleeper gets the pass off to DeMille Davis. Davis off to Abney on the wing, right-hand side, guarded by Fox. Sleeper goes baseline, back out to Abney. Abney in the paint, throws up a runner, and gets it again. Abney has been unstoppable. He's got 14. Owls lead by 4. Here's Fox to the timeline against Davis, around him. Off to Williams in the corner. Williams holds the ball high over his head against Marquin Keith. Williams out to Adams. Drives on Davis to the foul line, off to Williams. Williams with 1:05 left to play in the half. Owls lead by 4. Here's Pennington. Cross-court pass, threads the needle inside to Adams. Back off to Williams, open from 12, won't go down. Rebound tapped up, run down in the corner by guess who? Joe Abney back with it. Abney for the Owls, over the timeline on the right. Still on the dribble, between the legs, down the lane, spins, puts it up, count the bucket, and a foul's called against Odessa. What a move by Abney into the paint, between the legs, and shielded the ball with his body. Got it to go down, and the foul is called on Williams. That's his first. Abney's got 16 first half points, and there's 47 seconds left to play in the opening 16 minutes. Abney's free throw is good. Joe hasn't done much wrong in his first half. I think he's only missed one shot. Here's Pennington up the middle under pressure. Shoots over Sleeper from 15. That won't go down. Ball hit the top of the basket standard. The Owl bench wants a turnover. None was coming. And now down low on the offensive rebound was Holcomb. He was triple teamed and walked. And buzzed into the ball game for Odessa will be Joel Lundquist, a 6'1" junior forward. Lundquist comes in, makes his first appearance of the ball game. Kotowitz and Bodie and Fan also come back in the game for the Owls. Here's Abney, off to Bodie. Bodie over to Fan. Fan left-hand side, off to Abney. Abney in the corner. Abney looks cross-court to Bodie, open from the foul line, good again! Bodie hits the J with 13 seconds left to play in the half. Wing left side, Pennington has it. Pennington in the middle, beautiful pass to Williams, missed a layup. Rebound tapped up by Adams, that won't go down. Here's Fox with 2 seconds. One has to get it off, and they won't get it off in time, Odessa won't. And that ends the first half. The Owls with a late flurry lead Odessa here in this ball game. The Owls inbound, they'll move from left to right as we start this second half. Marshall leads by 9. Here is Abney off to Kotowitz, wing left side, Fan. Fan to the baseline, puts up a runner, hits the side of the backboard with it. No good, back comes Pennington. Pennington off to Williams. Owls did not get off a good shot to start the second half. Here is Williams, top of the circle to Holcomb. Holcomb will draw it out. Looks like Odessa wants to slow things down here just a bit. Nice pass inside to Williams, who lays it in off the glass. Here's Fan from the left-hand side. Doesn't shoot the three. Here's Abney to Kotowitz at the foul line. Scott can't get it to go down. Rebound by Adams, and back comes Odessa again. Here's Holcomb with it across the timeline. Holcomb against Bodie. Owls start the half in a man-to-man, almost stolen away by Abney, but Williams comes up with it. Williams, top of the circle to Isles, playing with 3 fouls. Isles backs it off over to Holcomb. Cross-court pass to Williams, or rather Adams. His shot is blocked by Fan, and then Isles got the loose ball in the lane, and Fan hacked him on the arm, and there commits his second foul. Fan has 2, Kotowitz has 2, Bodie has 2. Marquin Keith comes in the ball game for Kotowitz. And Adams will inbound, gets it into Williams. Williams back off to Pennington. Pennington at 6'4", plays along the perimeter quite a bit. Here is Holcomb, off to Adams. Adams against Bodie, to Holcomb, off to Adams. Pennington open from the baseline from 12 feet, count it. Pennington hits the deuce. He's got 8 points. Odessa scored the first 4 points of the half. And now a blocking foul as Fan tried to take Williams to the hole. And the Owls will inbound underneath their own bucket. 2 fouls on Mike Williams. Both teams have a team foul here in the second half. Bodie inbounds to Abney. Abney off the Fan, top of the circle, over to Bodie. Steve for a 3-pointer, off the back iron, no good. Fan in the lane, spins, puts it off the glass, and in. Eric Fan has 5, and the Owls get on the board here in the second half, leading by 7. Now a 2-on-2 break. Williams in the paint against Keith, puts it up and in. Williams has got 10. And that's a 5-point game. The Bulldogs aren't going to go away. Here's Abney, top of the circle. Abney wants to dribble in, but cannot. Here's Keith down the lane. Nice dish off the Sleeper, but I think he walked. Max pump faked and probably just should have went strong to the hoop with it and walked, and the Owls turned the ball over. Here's Williams off to Pennington against Sleeper. Pennington goes baseline, Bounce pass along the other side of the lane to Holcomb. The aisles to Pennington. Shoots over Keith. Hits again. You can see why he plays on the perimeter. Abney up to Bodie. Bodie wants to go baseline. Does so against Holcomb. Can't get it to go. Rebound taken down on the other side by Williams, who almost lost it. Now has to give up the ball. Off to Adams. Adams down low to Isles against Sleeper. Puts it up. No good. Rebound. And Sleeper gets it for Marshall. Off to Abney. Odessa's caught a 9-point halftime deficit to 3. Here's Fan goes baseline against Adams. Lays it up and in. Adams just was faked out completely by Fan, who faked the shot and went in on the layup. Now in the backcourt, the Owls have some pressure. Here's Adams dribbling out of it. Off to Holcomb, open from 17, good. Holcomb's foot was on the line, and he gets his first 2. It's still a 3-point game. Here's Abney at the three-point line. Bounce pass inside Sleeper. Off to Abney. Back to Sleeper. Off to Bodie. Bodie for a 3. In and out, no good. Rebound down low to Keith. Keith tries to get the pass inside to Sleeper. And the ball went off an Odessa player out of bounds. Scott Kodowitz will come back in the ball game for Marquand Keith. Bodie will inbound for Marshall. 4:44 left to play in the quarter. Long outlet to Kodowitz, way out of the top of the circle, off the Fan now. Fan to Abney. Abney's been quiet here the first half of this third quarter. Here's Fan for a difficult shot outside from way out and hits the deuce. They say his foot was on the line. Fan has got 6 here in the second half. Here's Pennington in the lane. Bad pass behind him. Stolen away by Fan. Fan trying to go coast to coast. Stops in the lane. Pops. Hits the jumper. Fan's got 8 here in the third quarter. He's plugged in now. Midway through the third quarter, Marshall leads by 7. Here's Pennington open from the side. Misses the jumper. Rebound by Fan. Back come the Owls. Fan over the timeline. Fan still has it. Now switch hands on the dribble. Back off to Abney. Abney back inside to Kodowitz. Kodowitz turns on Isle. Offensive foul against Kodowitz. Scott tried to create some contact, and the official made a good call and called Kodowitz on the foul, and that's 3 on Scott. And DeMille Davis will come in the ball game, and Abney will come out. 3:57 still left to play in this third quarter. Owls with pressure in the backcourt. 2-2-1 press thrown up here by Marshall. Here's Adams back to Isles. They break the pressure. Williams cross-court pass almost stolen away by Kodowitz. But the ball is knocked out of bounds, and a good play nonetheless by the Owl junior. And Odessa will inbound underneath the Bulldog bucket. Inbounding the ball is Adams into Williams to Holcomb. He almost lost it to Davis. Holcomb recovers near the timeline. Now dribbling between the two circles off to Pennington. Nice dish inside, but it's blocked away by Sleeper on the shot by Isles, and back comes Bodie. 2-on-2. He has his dribble knocked away from behind by Williams. Odessa now has a 2-on-2 break. Holcomb down the lane, and it's kicked out of bounds by Davis as Holcomb tried to slide the ball over to Pennington, and both teams trade turnovers. And Marquand Keith will come in the ball game for the Owls. Joe Abney comes back in. Sleeper and Bodie will get a chance to get a breather. Here's Williams on the inbounds. Pass inside, tipped away from Adams by Kodowitz. 51-44, the Owls lead by 7. Inside, nice inbounds to Pennington. Count the bucket. He is fouled over the back, and he'll go to the line to try and complete the 3-point play. DeMille Davis on the foul. That's his first. Pennington has 6 in this third quarter, and he'll try and make it a 4-point game. Free throw off the front iron, no good. Rebound by Kodowitz, off to Keith. 3:15 left to play in this quarter. Keith off to Davis, fakes the 3 over to Abney. Abney against Holcomb. Down low to Kodowitz, turns against Pennington and had nowhere to go and lost the ball out of bounds. The Owls have 10 turnovers in the ball game. Marshall with some pressure in the backcourt. Here is Isles over to Williams. Williams quickly down the lane, throws it up. They're going to call him for walking. Williams thought he had a foul, but took an extra step as he galloped in the paint. And the Owls get it back on the turnover. 2:58 left to play in the third quarter. I think this is a much closer ball game than some people thought it might be. Here's DeMille Davis. Davis off to Keith. Keith drives the lane, lays it up with the left hand, no good. Rebound Sleeper, he puts it back up and in. Sleeper rotated over perfectly to get that ball off the glass and got the stick back. Here's a pass up the middle, thrown away, and the Owls will get it back. Odessa tried to break the press up the middle. They had the man open, but they just threw it too far over Adams' head. And back comes Marshall. Keith to Abney. Joe goes baseline, gets a pick from Sleeper, and hits the runner from about 8 feet out. Abney gets his first 2 points in this second half. And then MRVC next year and the year after that. In the backcourt, Isles off to Pennington. They're tough enough for the Owls right now. Off to Williams. Williams, another sophomore. Williams brought the ball down and made the mistake. Joe Abney's got those quick hands and tied him up, but on the alternate possession rule, the ball will stay with the Bulldog. Adams will inbound. 2:16 left to play in this third quarter. Odessa lost to the Marshall earlier in the year by 22. Here's Williams. Williams against J.R. Lawless in the game for the Owls. Williams goes down the lane, misses the layup, rebound by Sleeper. Outlet pass Davis. Davis had to turn the other way to get it, otherwise he may have had a break on the other end. Now he squirts down the lane, lays it up with the right hand with the finger roll and gets it to go down. The Owls lead again by 11. There's almost a steal by Abney in front of the Owl bench as Marshall put on that pressure again. And Williams almost threw it right in Abney's hands. Williams inbounds into Brett Fox, who's back in the ball game, the senior, the only senior in this Odessa ball club. Fox over the timeline, off to Williams. He pops a three over Lawless. It's short. Rebound by Abney. Abney, left hand dribble over the line. Switch hands on the dribble. Weaves his way into the paint. Abney on the run with a floater. Good. Abney hits again. He's got 21, leads all scorers. Williams over the line on the left. Blows by Abney to the baseline, but then Joe recovers. Back out to Fox on the pass in between the two circles. Off to Williams. Pass in the lane. Bounce pass back outside to Pennington for a jumper. He misses. Rebound to DeMille Davis in among the trees. Davis gets it, and back comes the Owls. Davis shakes and bakes around Fox. Goes down inside a Sleeper. Beautiful pass, but a blocking foul is going to be called before the pass to Sleeper, who did make the layup. And as a result, it is a good foul for Odessa because Sleeper would have had the bucket, but instead the Owls will just have the ball out underneath their own basket. And Shepard will come back in the ball game. Shepard had 6 points in that first quarter, and we didn't see him anything of him after that. And for Isles, that's his 4th foul. So he'll have to come out of the ball game. Shepard is in. The Owls inbound. Here's Davis with it. Off to Abney for a three over Adams. He misses. Rebound, weak side Sleeper. Puts it off the glass. Too hard, no good. Rebound comes Fox. Back comes Odessa. Then Fox almost lost it as he crossed the timeline. And now we've got a foul call as Marquand Keith, a little too aggressive on the defense outside near the hash mark in the forecourt. And a foul is called against the Owls senior. That's his 2nd. Check it, that's 3 fouls against Keith. 14 fouls against Marshall here in the second half. Underneath a minute left to play in the third quarter. Here's Adams, goes baseline, he walked. 18 turnovers in the ball game against Odessa. And the Owls with 43 seconds on the clock. Let's see if they elect to play for one. Here's Davis on the inbounds on the lob from Keith. Davis over the timeline, holds up a finger with the left hand, goes between the legs against Williams. Davis still with it, kills the dribble, way out high off to Abney. Abney, wing left side, top of the circle, they swing it over to Keith. To J.R. Lawless. Lawless puts it on the floor once, gets it off to Sleeper. Almost stolen away by Williams. Over to Abney. 20 seconds left to play in the quarter. Off to Lawless in the corner. J.R. a couple of dribbles, backs it off to Davis. He takes a look at the clock. There's 15 seconds showing and running. Davis off to Lawless. To Abney. Abney with 10. He'll take Shepard to the hole. Puts up a floater in the lane. No good. Rebound tapped up by Keith. No good. Abney for a third try. That won't go. Abney again. It won't go. Keith for another try. Counted at the buzzer. Odessa went on a run. The Owls will inbound to start this fourth period. Abney on the inbound. Odessa in a man-to-man. They've been in a man-to-man throughout the ball game. Here is Bodie in the corner. Bodie off the fan. Fan against Fox. Works in the lane. Double team. They say he turned the ball over. And Odessa gets the ball right back. There is, on the inbounds, Fan rushed in and tipped the ball away from Adams. The Owls are 11-1 this year when they score 70 points or more. Here is Fox. Fox in the middle. Adams puts it in off the glass. Good. Adams gets the bucket. That's his first point of the second half after having 10 in the first half. Here's Bodie going in for a layup. Count it. And then he is knocked cuckoo. He's knocked to the floor, but the basket is good, and he'll go to the line to try and make it a three-point play. Adams picks up the foul, so Adams got a bucket at one end, and Bodie beat him down the floor at the other and got the layup, and Adams picked up the foul. That's 14 points for Bodie. Free throw, gets the roll, and he's got 15. That's his first points of the half. Williams in the backcourt as the Owls have stretched the lead out to 14 with 7.5 left to play in the game. Here's Fox, swing it left-hand side. In the paint, Williams, and they're going to say that Bodie got him on the body on the way by. And for Steve, that's his third. Isles is on the bench for Odessa with 4. The Owls have Bodie, Kotowitz on the floor with 3. Inbounding the ball, Adams looking for somebody, gets it into Pennington. It's stripped away by Fan. Pennington gets it back and then try to pitch the ball back along the baseline on the other side of the lane. And it went off a Marshall player out of bounds. Adams will inbound across the way. Looks to get it in, does so to Pennington. Pennington off to Williams for a long three, gets the roll. Took a kangaroo hop straight up and right down the chute. Three-pointer for Williams. That's Odessa's first 3 of the game. Here's Sleeper, tries to go baseline. He stepped out of bounds. Owls turn the ball over, and Odessa is back within 13. Adams inbounds against some pressure. Here's Williams against Bodie. Williams is ridden near the timeline by Bodie, and Steve picks up yet another foul. That's his 4th. That's 16 fouls against Marshall. We've still got 6:53 left to play in the ball game. Here's Adams. This game isn't over yet. Here's Fox, top of the circle, in between the 2 rings. Gets it off to Williams. Pass inside to Shepard. Nice pass out to the baseline to Pennington, who missed the jumper. Rebound by Abney. Back come the Owls. They want to run again. Abney against Pennington. Into the paint. Weaves his way through. Lays it up and in. Odessa's just not helping out inside against Abney. He's just cutting them the ribbons down there. Here's Shepard along the baseline. Double team. Puts up the jumper anyway. It won't go. Rebound by Kotowitz. Out to Abney. Abney with the ball again. Head up. Ball on the floor. Abney to the foul line. Down the lane. There he goes. Lays it up and in again. Abney's got 25. He looks like he can do that every time down the court. Marshall leads by 17. Here's Fox. Weaves his way inside the three-point line, then dribbles back out. Off to Williams. Cross court to Adams. Goes down the baseline. Blocking foul called against Kotowitz. That'll be 4 on him. The Owls have a 17-point cushion, but they're starting to run into some foul trouble. That also puts Marshall over the limit. Lundquist comes back in the ball game along with Holcomb for Odessa. Williams and Pennington will get a seat on the bench next to Coach Pete Rohrbeck. 5:55 left to play in the ball game. So Kotowitz is on the floor with 4. Bodie's on the floor with 4 fouls. Free throw by Adams is no good. Matt will get 1 more. Second free throw. Off the back iron, the ball kangaroos out to Shepard in the lane, who gets the jumper to go down in the paint. Well, Adams missed them both, but Shepard got the two back anyway. There's Bodie for a three, no good. Rebound will go off Sleeper's hand out of bounds, and it will be Odessa basketball once more. The 15-point Marshall advantage. In the backcourt with it, Shepard off the inbounds from Adams, back to Adams. Adams will dribble the ball over the timeline to the free throw line, spins on Sleeper, back out to Lundquist for a three, misses everything. Rebound Bodie. Baseball pass up to Abney, one-on-one against Fox. Takes him to the hole, lays it up, no good. Rebound, Fan had it, lost it, saves it inbounds to Sleeper. Sleeper looks inside, cross-court pass to Abney, over everybody's head, and the Owls turn the ball over. Marshall has looked good in spurts and been equally not as good at other times here tonight. But they lead by 15 with 5:15 left to play in the game. Here's Fox against Abney. Fox way out high near the hash mark. Off to Holcomb. Holcomb goes in the paint, stops, pops, puts it up off the glass, no good. Rebound by Abney. Lead pass to Bodie. 2-on-1 with Sleeper. Bodie goes to the hole, lays it up. It'll count. And another foul is going to be called against Odessa, this time against Joel Lundquist. Bodie drove to the bucket, got it to go down, and got fouled to boot. He'll try and make it a three-point play for the Owls, and with 5:02 left, he'll try and give Marshall an 18-point lead, and the Owls will have hit their 70 mark. Only one team this year has beaten Marshall when the Owls have scored over 70 points, and that's Richmond. Richmond is the first seed in this district. They have a bye and won't play until Thursday night. Bodie at the line, trying to complete the sequence here. The bucket and the free throw for the three-point play. Bodie's got 18 points in the ball game. He'll come out now, and DeMille Davis will come back in. Marklin Keith is in, and Scott Kotowitz are out. The Owls, two players with 4 fouls, are resting at the moment. Here's Lundquist in the backcourt to Pennington. Under 5 minutes left to play from Excelsior Springs. This is a beautiful basketball facility here. The Owls get a turnover in the forecourt. Off to Davis. Davis pass to Keith, who couldn't handle the pass, but he recovers it in front of the Owl bench. Now Marklin goes inside. Nice pass inside to Sleeper, who lays it up and in. A little bounce pass in the lane, and Matt's got it to go. He's in double figures with 11. Now in the backcourt, Holcomb was hurt for a moment, but was able to get the ball off to Lundquist, and then Lundquist walked with it in the forecourt. And Holcomb, well, it'll be Fox that comes out. Holcomb must be all right. And Odessa has 19 turnovers in this ball game. Keith into DeMille Davis. Quickly to the forecourt comes the Owl Jr. Off to Keith. He'll shoot a three at the top of the circle. Switch. Marklin hits the tray as the Owls put this thing away here. 76-53 with 4:10 left. Here's Holcomb against Davis. Off to Williams in the corner. Pennington against Keith. Lob pass inside, tipped away, but recovered by Williams near the three-point line, who shoots a three and hits. Mike Williams has got 16 in the ball game. Sophomore's having a good night, but won't be good enough this evening. Here's Abney. Abney lob inside for Sleeper against Shepard. He's double teamed. Back to Abney. Then he tries to force a pass inside to Sleeper. Sleeper's double teamed, and the ball is knocked away by Shepard, but they're going to get Shepard on a foul and a hold. That'll be 5 team fouls against Odessa. This Bulldog ball club looks tired at this point in the ball game. Lawless will come in for Fan. Eric has 11 points on the night. Had 8 points in that third quarter. As a matter of fact, at one time scored 6 in a row to kind of get the Owls out of a malaise they were in that third quarter. Here's DeMille Davis with a three-point bomb. Misses everything on the far side. And Williams is arguing with the official that the ball went off Keith, but the official says no. And Marklin's got a big smile on his face. So the Owls may have gotten away with one, but pretty much academic now. Marshall leads by 20 with 3.5 left to play. Lawless gets it into Davis, who's double teamed in the corner. Davis tries to dribble out of trouble, and he's tripped up. And a foul's going to be called against Holcomb. That'll be 6 against Odessa. The Owls are already over the limit. Kearney and Excelsior Springs will do battle after this one, and then Oak Grove and Platte County will play in the final of the first round games. Abney will check out of the ball game, and Aaron Copeland comes in. Joe's had a full night's work. Abney has 25 points, 17 in the first half. Nice inbounds pass from Wallace to Sleeper, and Max kisses it in off the glass. He's got 13. Diagonal pass to the forecourt to Adams. Off to Holcomb for a 3. Tom Holcomb hits the three-pointer. That comes to Mill Davis. 78-59. Davis inside the Sleeper against a smaller Shepard, lays it up and in. Max is having a pretty good night. He's got 15. Here's Williams down the baseline, throws it in off the glass, no good. Rebound by Copeland. Off to Lawless. Lawless to Davis. Owls quickly the other way. Here's Davis in the paint. Weaves, turns it, spins it up the lane, good. Davis with half a dozen. Back and forth they go. Garbage time here at Excelsior Springs. Inside Shepard, spins over Sleeper, misses the runner. Copeland comes down with it for the Owls. Copeland, a 6'1 junior in the ball game. And back comes DeMille Davis. Davis over the line on the left. Lob pass inside Sleeper, too far. Saved by Lawless, but into the hands of Adams. Back the other way comes Odessa. Pennington with the dribble, kills it at the three-point line. Sleeper coming back to knock the ball away from behind, but then Max had his momentum going and took an extra step once he got control of the ball and walked with it. So both teams trade turnovers, and Sleeper will now come out of the ball game. And Brad Ewart, another junior, will come in. Ewart at 6'2". Ewart and Copeland playing mostly JV ball this year, seeing a little bit of time on the varsity. And they play hard. Here is Williams popping out for a three-pointer on the inbounds over Lawless, and he hits. Williams with 3 three-pointers. Bounce pass in the paint to Copeland, who lays it up and in. Aaron Copeland gets his first 2. Marshall by 22. Here's Adams for a long 3. Hits the glass and then kangaroos out to Williams. Williams will spot up for a 3 and hits it. Mike Williams put it on a shooting clinic here in the second half. He's got 4 three-pointers. Here's Davis down the paint. DeMille lays it up off the glass. Good. Nobody's playing any defense now. Owls lead 86-65. Williams off to Holcomb for a 3. That won't go down. Rebound in the corner by Marquin Keith. Keith tries to lob it out to Davis to the forecourt. Davis has it. The Owls got a 4-on-1. Davis inside to Copeland. It's volleyballed around inside. Keith comes up with it, and then he walked with it. Marquin couldn't decide if he wanted to shoot it or pass it. He wound up doing neither. The Owls have got 15 turnovers in the game. Odessa has 21 turnovers. But the big numbers are on the board. The Owls lead by 21. Adams in the corner around Copeland. Inside to Brian Isles, who's back in the ball game, and the sophomore gets his 6th point of the ball game. Here's Davis back for the Owls. We got a minute left and a foul called against Williams at the timeline against DeMille. And that'll put Odessa over the limit and Davis at the line. So the Owls will be back here on Thursday night for a 6 o'clock game against the winner of Platte County Oak Grove, which takes place about 8:30 tonight. And we'll be on the air with the pregame at 5:50 Thursday evening from Excelsior Springs. Emil Davis at the line, hits the front end of the 1-and-1. It gives him 9 points on the night. Second one off the back iron, no good. Jimmy Hoffman now in the ball game for the Owls. The Owls have Davis, Copeland, Hoffman, Brad Ewart, and J.R. Lawless to finish it out here against Odessa. Top of the circle, Williams for another three-pointer. This one's too long. Rebound by Isles, gets the roll. Brian Isles Isles gets it to go down. He's in double figures. And we've got a foul call in the backcourt. I think it'll send Aaron Copeland to the line for Marshall. With 43 seconds left, we try and catch a quick word with Coach Kevin Hart of the Owls after the recap here and get ready for a big night of basketball tomorrow night. We'll have live reports from various sites. We'll have live basketball action from 3 different sites. We'll have a tape game for you. Aaron Copeland with the rebound, or rather with the free throw in the front end of the 1-and-1, misses it. Back comes Odessa. Lead pass goes out the doorway here and out of bounds. Greg Turner, 5'9" junior guard, was just a few inches too short to corral that one. Back comes Marshall. Here is Copeland in the backcourt. Copeland up to Lawless against Turner. Off to Jason Brock, who's in the game. Brock will take it to the hole, weighs it up, no good. Offensive foul against Brock. Jason Brock didn't have any qualms about what he was going to do with the basketball. He took it to the paint and steamrolled not one, but 2 Odessa players. Player control foul, so there'll be no 1-and-1 shot. Here's Williams. He'll shoot up another 3, no good. Rebound in the lane, Turner. Turner, nice pass inside to Isles, who lays it up and in. Here's Copeland in the backcourt with 15 seconds to Brock. Brock up to Lawless. Lawless to the foul line, doesn't shoot it. Inside Copeland, throws up a runner. They're going to call him for steps. It's 7 seconds left to play in the ball game. 7 seconds left, and coming back in the ball game is the senior Brett Fox. This will be his last appearance in an Odessa basketball uniform. He's the only senior on this ball club. Inbounding the ball will be Adams into Williams. Williams, wing left side, shot put up, blocked away by Hoffman with 2 seconds left. Jimmy Hoffman, another one of the junior varsity players for the Owls. Inbounding will be Adams. Adams looks inside, long outlet. Here's Turner with 1 second, throws up a long 3 at the buzzer, banks it in off the glass, and that ends the ball game. Shane Cox will jump it up against Eric Fan, and the ball goes out of bounds. It's tipped along the way, and Platte County will get it. So the Pirates have the first possession of the evening. 1 second has moved off the clock here. Here's Falk in the backcourt. Had the ball hitting right in the noggin, but he gets it back guarded by Adney. Cross-court pass to Cox for a 3. It's in and out, no good. Rebound down low, taken down by Sleeper. Almost had it taken away off to Adney. Adney lead pass for Fan. It was tipped away by Shane Cox, who's been busy early here. Missing a 3-pointer on end and then going for the steal at the other on the long lead pass from Adney to Fan. Here's Bodie off to Adney. Adney will be guarded by Falk, the senior. Abney between the legs. Abney off to Bodie. Bodie, bullet pass inside the Fan. Beautiful pass. Eric gets the layup. Boy, Bodie out along the 3-point line, just threaded the needle, and the Owls get on the board first. In the backcourt, now moving up to the foul line for a jumper is Matt Seaton. The Owls forgot to guard him. And it's a 2-2 game, and now a long lead pass up the wing from Bodie to, rather from Abney to Bodie, is tipped out of bounds by Mike Biggis. Bodie will look to inbound, near side in front of us. Bodie looks inside, gets it into Kotowitz, right side of the lane. Back out the Fan in 3-point country, guarded by Biggis. Fan goes towards the lane with the left hand, puts it up with the right, and gets it to go down. So Eric Fan, who usually does most of his work on the outside, doing some on the inside here in the early going. Swinging towards the lane with the basketball is Seaton, I believe. And well, that's Philip Berry. Philip Berry is 6'1" senior forward, so there's apparently been a change in the starting line from what I was given earlier. And we have a walking violation against Philip Berry. So Berry does add a little bit of height at 6'1". And he starts in the ball game here for Platte County. He just walked with the basketball, and the Owls get it back, leading 4-2. Abney in the court and a Fan almost had the ball stolen away by Cox. Back off to Bodie. Bodie double teamed. Falk tries to help out on defense. Beautiful pass from Bodie inside a Sleeper, who gets the layup. Steve Bodie has been hitting the open man under the bucket at 6-2. We played a minute and a half. Here's a three-point try. Shot put up but no good by Seton. Down low, the rebound by Berry. That won't go, and Kodowitz gets it down for the Owls. Off to Abney. Back comes Marshall. They want to run again. Abney against Falk. To Kodowitz at the top of the circle. One dribble off to Bodie. Bodie a lob inside Sleeper. Another great pass, but they're going to call him for steps. Sleeper caught it and took an extra step going to the bucket, and the Owls turn it over. Now here's a lead pass, bounce pass up the middle. Kodowitz broke it up, but Scott's going to get called on the foul as he tried to swat the ball away from Mike Biggis and instead ran into Biggis, created the foul, and that's his first. 2 team fouls against Marshall, one on Sleeper, one on Kodowitz. Here's Falk in the corner on the inbounds into Mike Biggis. Biggis out to Berry. Berry way out high against this Owl zone now at Marshall's end. Here's Bodie against Falk. The Owls don't want Platte County to square for those threes. Inside Berry in the paint, spins over Sleeper and hits the deuce. Philip Berry gets the deuce, and the Owls lead 6-4. Here's Spann going baseline left. Back down low to Sleeper, puts up a shot. It won't go down, and the foul is called on the play against Seton, I believe, and Max will go to the line for a couple. They called us dance along the rim and just wouldn't fall in for the Owl senior. That foul is on C.J. Falk and not Matt Seton. Falk is the quarterback for this Platte County ball club. Sleeper's first free throw is no good. Max had some problems at the line about the first half of the season. The second half of the season has been much improved from there. His second free throw bumps the front of the rim, no good. He missed them both. Platte County can tie here on this possession. Over the timeline, Falk off to Cox in the corner. Cox pass off to Seton to Falk for a three over Abney. That won't go down. Rebound in the lane, Berry spins on Kodowitz. Back out to Biggis. Biggis to Cox along the baseline. Back out to Falk against Abney. Falk yells out a play and gives it up to Seton, top of the circle against Bodie. They warp it down low to Berry again. Berry tried to get it through to Cox. It's thrown away by Bodie. Bodie goes for a layup. Good. Bodie had to fight Berry all the way down the floor for that basketball, and I think caught a finger in the eye, but still was able to get the ball off the glass and in. A turnover and a Marshall bucket. 8-4, the Owls lead. 5 minutes left to play, first quarter. Cox in the corner, out high to Falk between the two circles against Abney. Falk holds it over his head, over to Seton, top of the circle. He walked with it, tried to split Bodie and Abney in the top of that Owl zone, and instead of putting the ball on the floor, took an extra step. 3 turnovers against the Pirates early. Here's Abney over the timeline. He'll walk it up. Abney gets a pick from Sleeper, goes around Falk to the baseline for a jumper. That won't go. Rebound down low. Kodowitz has it, puts it up and in. The Owls, for the first time, I think, all year, actually have a bit of a height advantage on an opponent. Wing right side. Seton tried to get it into Cox. It's stolen away by Abney. Abney leads the break. 2-on-1. Kicks it back out to Bodie for a three. Switch. 13-4, and Coach Frank Wheeler wants to get a timeout. A turnover, and the Owls timeout. Platte County, the Owls have yet to throw up any kind of a press yet this evening. Platte County comes over the timeline with ease. Here's Seton, top of the circle, almost lost a handle on the pass. Over to Biggis in the corner. Out to Berry. Berry back out to Seton. Long diagonal cross-court pass for a three-point try by Biggis. It's good, but they say it's only a 2, so the split was on the line, they say. Back comes Bodie down the baseline. Finger roll, he got it to go down. What a move by Steve Bodie. Boy, somebody lit a fire under him in the last couple of weeks. Back comes Falk, down the paint, lays it up with the right hand, no good. Rebound by Kodowitz. Kodowitz coming out for the Owls. Platte County's doing a good job of being able to break back with their defense. Abney splits 2 men, puts it up. He may have forced that one. The shot's no good. Rebound is saved inbounds by Biggis to Berry. Back up to Seton. Seton, top of the circle. Bounce pass on the wing to Biggis. He just hit a deuce, and doesn't take the shot this time. Swings it out high to Falk. Falk, they go back inside. A ball hit a Platte County player in the back, but it's recovered by Seton. Seton, top of the circle, guarded by Abney. Puts the ball on the floor with the left hand. Gets it off to Biggis. Back to Seton. Fields pulls up for a three. It's long off the back iron. Abney runs it down in the corner for the Owls. Baseball pass up the fan. Too far for Eric, and it was behind him. Joe Abney is forcing things just a little bit for the Owls here in the early going. But Marshall does have a 9-point lead, and their defense has been very good. Wing left side, here's Seaton. He'll swing it around to Falk. The Owls been able to keep a shackle on him here in the early going. Now he shoots a three over Abney. It's short. Rebound in the lane, Kotowitz. Kotowitz elbowed his own player, but he's all right, and back comes Abney. Abney down the lane, shoots from 8, gets the roll. Abney gets his first two. The Owls lead by 11. Here's Falk. Wing left side, Cox. Bounce pass in the middle, Barry against 3 men. And then he throws it for Cox, back out for a 3-point try, but the ball is tipped and goes out of bounds in front of the Owl bench. Still have 2:28 left to play in the first quarter. And the Owls lead 17-6. Kotowitz will come out of the ball game for the Owls. Bodie comes out. DeMille Davis, Marquin Keith come in. And again, the Owls are still in this 2-3 zone. And Platte County's having a devil of a time trying to figure it out. Here's Falk at the top of the circle against Abney. Up to Barry. Cox along the wing against Fan. Has nowhere to go. They force it inside to Seaton in the paint from 12. No good. Rebound by Keith. Off to DeMille Davis. Davis streaks over the timeline on the right against Seaton. Back off to Abney. Abney right in front of the Platte County bench. Now gives it up to Keith. The Fan for a long three. That won't go down. And then the ball kangarooed off these concrete-like rims here at Excelsior Springs and hit one of the tension wires about 8 feet above the bucket, which constitutes the ball going out, and Platte County gets it back. Here's Falk. Falk over the timeline on the right, walks it up the floor. Takes a pass to the wing, now gives it up in the middle of Seaton. Down low, Barry spins on sleeper from 6, good. Well, Barry's been pretty effective in there, but Platte County's having a hard time getting the ball in the paint area. Here's DeMille Davis. Out against Biggis. He lost it to Biggis, a turnover, and back comes Platte County. 3-on-1. Pass to Cox, puts it up and in. This time it's Platte County getting points after the turnover. Cox gets his first 2. Here's Fan going baseline. Eric stops, fades away from 15, can't get it to go. And Marquin Keith going for the rebound was over the back of Cox. And it's a foul on the Owls senior. Kotowitz and Bodie will come right back in the ball game for Marshall. 3 team fouls against Marshall, 1 against Platte County. 1:09 left to play in this first quarter, and Platte County, which was down by 11 just a little while ago, only down by 7, they got the ball. Here's Biggis along the baseline. Back to Falk for a 3. That's off the mark, no good. Rebound tipped up by Barry. That won't go. And Keith comes out of it for Marshall. Keith to Bodie. Over the timeline on the left, the Fan. Eric will shoot over Seaton. Good. Fan hits from about 16, left-hand side of the lane. We're inside 40 seconds. Owls by 9. Here's Biggis along the baseline. Bounce pass. Beautiful pass inside to Barry, left all alone. And he gets it to go down. Barry with half a dozen. Back comes Bodie quickly to the forecourt against Falk. Bodie kicks it back out to Davis. Davis looks inside, nothing doing. The Owls, I would think, will hold for 1. Here's Fan going baseline, though. Lays it up and in. The Fan was able to take Barry to the hole and went ahead and laid it in. He's got 8 here in the first quarter. Marshall by 9 again. Wing right side, Biggis. Biggis against Keith. Inside of 8 seconds, Falk for a 3. That's in and out, no good. Rebound by Bodie. Bodie with 3 seconds. 2, 1. Gets off an off-balance shot. It's good at the buzzer. It's kind of a line drive shot, and that baby went right down. DeMille Davis gets the ball in the inbounds. We start the second quarter. Davis down the paint, fakes, and as he did that, he walked. The Owls have 4 turnovers. Platte County has 4 turnovers. Platte County is just not shooting the ball very well, and they're not getting very many second chances down low when they miss. They've been open for some 3s, but that's what they like to shoot, but just haven't got the ball to go down yet. Here's Biggis up to Falk. Falk over to Seaton. Inside Barry against Fan. Kotowitz comes to help on the D. Good defense by the Owl junior Kotowitz. Now Seaton forces one from the baseline. No good. Back comes Fan for the Owls. Fan quickly to the forecourt. Off to Bodie. Bodie will shoot a 3 over Falk. That one is no good. Rebound pulled down by Cox, and back off the Falk over the timeline. Over to Seaton. Wing left to Cox in the middle. Stolen away by DeMille Davis. They're going to say Davis reached a hand in there, though, to bother Biggest, and a foul will be called on the Owl junior guard. Substitutions coming in for Kevin Hart. In his 9th season for the Marshall Owls, Kevin owns 6 20-win seasons for Marshall. 16-9 this year. Inbounding the ball. Barry got it inside to Cox. Beautiful move. Missed the shot. Boy, Platte County's had about 8 or 10 points just roll out of the bucket. Here's Bodie. Off to Keith to Bodie in the far corner. Bodie looks inside, kicks it back out to Abney. Abney looking for some help. Got Folk all over him. He takes him in the paint. Leans in for a runner from 6. No good. Gets his own rebound. Lays it up and in. Just like on the playground. Long lead pass up to Biggest for a side of the lane jumper from 12. That won't stay down. And another foul is called. This one against Cox over the back of Abney, I believe. Cox does pick up the foul. That's his first. That's only 2 on the team for Platte County, but Pirates have got other problems. They can't get the ball to stay down the cylinder. The Owls are getting some breaks on some of these shots Platte County's missing. Here's Bodie off to Keith. Keith, oh, beautiful backdoor pass to Bodie, who lost it, but then gets it to Sleeper in the paint and lays it up and in. Sleeper just hanging around down low. And C.J. Folk gets the inbound to start this possession for Platte County. Top of the circle to Berry. They swing it wing right to Biggest. He's open. They try to get it inside to Folk, who tried to post Keith up. The Owls wanted a double dribble. Now he kicks it back out to Biggest. Over to Cox in the corner. To Biggest, back to Folk. Platte County has not been able to get into their running game, mostly because the Owls have been hitting the offensive boards if they haven't been hitting their first shots. Now here's Folk in the forecourt, almost has the ball taken away by Abney. Bodie chases him down. Long lead pass to Cox, side of the lane. He saved it, but he saved it inbounds to Abney. Up to Bodie in the run. Bodie back to Keith for a 3, wide open. That one won't go down. Tipped up by Kodowitz, good. Scott Kodowitz working the offensive glass. The Owls lead by 17. Inside Berry against Sleeper. Spins in the lane, gets it to go. Berry, I can see why he started now. Here's Abney. Abney to the forecourt. Pushed off by Folk, no call. Abney looks inside, still dribbling the ball, gives it up to Keith. Keith, top of the circle, off to Bodie. Bodie wants to shoot the 3, instead hands it off to Sleeper at the high post. Back to Keith for a 3-pointer, swish. Markland hits the tray. The Owls lead by 18. It could be a blowout here early at Excelsior Springs. Here's Folk, top of the circle. The Owls are now moving to a 2-1-2 zone. Out high to Folk. Folk guarded by Bodie. Inside of 5 minutes left to play in the half. It's been all Marshall. Wing right side off to Cox. Cox inside Berry. Berry spins. Back to Cox for a 3. He banked that one in off the glass for a 3-pointer. Cox has got 5 in the game. Here's a lob to Sleeper, but then blocked by Berry. Great play by the Pirate senior forward. That comes Folk down the paint. He leaves it off the Biggest, side of the lane jumper. Good. A 5-0 run for the Pirates. 32-19 our score. 4:20 left to go in the half. Here's Abney to the baseline. Abney throws it up against 2 men. Count the bucket, and a foul is called against Platte County's Folk. Abney's just got too many moves, and Folk just can't keep up with him. The Owls needed a bucket to stop that little run, to stop the little bit of momentum Platte County had, and the floor leader, Joe Abney, gets it for him. He's got 6 in the first half. He'll try and make it a 3-point play. Off the back iron, no good. Rebound run down to the corner by Berry. Berry's had a great first half for Platte County, but they're down by 15. Inside the pass to Seaton, spins over Sleeper and hits it in the lane. Nice move by Matt Seaton. That comes Abney against Folk. To the foul line, retreats on the dribble, kills the dribble, looks for the lob, gets it into Sleeper. Sleeper back to Abney. Abney, top of the circle against Folk. Splits 2 men, puts it up off the glass, no good. Gets his own rebound, can't get it to go, gets it for another try, good. Abney scores again, back comes Platte County. Long lead pass to Cox with the left hand, can't get it to go. Here's Biggest underneath, his shot is blocked by Fan, and Sleeper leads the break, but he throws the ball away to the forecourt, and it's taken away by Folk. Back comes Folk. Left hand side, Berry dribbles out top, almost walk with it. Gives it up. Now back inside. Cox over Sleeper. Can't get the roll. Rebound weak side. Taken down by Kodowitz. Off to Bodie. The Owls are going to run again. 3-on-3. Bodie to the baseline. Throws it up from 8. No good, but a foul is called on Folk. I think that's 3 on him. Folk did a good job defensively forcing Bodie wide of the paint area, but Bodie went ahead and took the shot and was able to get the contact, and Folk will have to sit down with 3 fouls and no points in the ball game. They usually get 15, 16 points a game from him. Bodie at the line for 2. The Owls lead by 15. Steve hits the first one. Bodie, after having 9 points in the first quarter, has 10 in the game. Second shot. They're going to say Marquand Keith was a little itchy on the trigger finger getting in the lane, and that second free throw will be nullified. So the Owls get 1 out of it. New player in the ball game, Neil Elliott, a 5'9" sophomore guard. He'll come in for Falk. They swing it to Elliott, and three-point land against Fan. Here's Elliott out to Berry. Berry to Cox near the hash mark. Then they swing it left-hand side. Carl Matt, the 6'1" junior forward, is also in the ballgame for Platte County. So a couple of substitutions. Coach Frank Wheeler trying to shake something up with this Pirate bunch. Here's Berry. They're swinging around. That's Elliott. Elliott has the ball kicked away by Abney. 16-point Marshall lead with 2:42 left to play in the first half. The Owls have led by as many as 18. And Platte County's starting guard, one of their leading scorers, C.J. Folks, on the bench with 3 fouls and no points. The Owl zone has really taken him out of the game. Wing left side, that's Mike Biggis with it. Platte County just trying to shake a man free in the zone. Here's Matt out to Elliott. Elliott against Abney. They turn to Biggis for a foul line jumper, misses everything. Here's Matt underneath. He's double teamed and then lost it. And the ball goes out of bounds. They're going to say Kodowitz touched it last. Sleeper's going to come back in the game for Marshall. And a new player in the ball game now, Jason Lindahl, will come in, a 5'8" junior. And Elliott, the sophomore, will sit down. Inbounds pass to Biggis, shoots a 3 over Fan. Counter. 2 threes in the game for Platte County. His Fan going for the finger roll on the baseline, no good. Rebound Sleeper, good. The Owls are just killing Platte County on the offensive glass. Here's Lindahl's pass, is kicked by Bodie. And new player in the ball game. Well, not a new player. Matt Seaton checks back in for Platte County. And Matt will go out. Marquand Keith now will come in the game for the Owls. And Steve Bodie will get a breather. Minute 59 left to play. In the half, Marshall by 15. Platte County would like to cut this thing to 10 or 9 before the break. Out high, pass almost stolen away by Keith. Recovered by Lindahl. Off to Cox. Cox against this very aggressive Owl zone now. Marshall's a bit more active with it. Here's Biggis down low. Berry along the baseline was tripped up by Sleeper. And Max will pick up his second foul. That'll be 5 on the team. With 1:39 left to play in this first half. Bodie will come in the ballgame for Sleeper. And Berry will inbound. Long outlet pass inbounds to Biggis. Back to Berry. Over to Biggis. Top of the circle to Lindahl. Lindahl against Bodie. They get it. Bounce pass left side to Cox. Top of the circle. Stolen away by Abney from Seaton. Abney will go in for a layup. Count it. Abney with the steal when he goes coast to coast with the deuce. The Owls lead again by 17. A minute 20 left to play in the half, and now in the forecourt, Lindahl was trying to hit Seaton with a pass and threw it away. So, Platte County's only had 6 turnovers, but I think on all but one of them, the Owls came down and either hit a layup or a 3-pointer from it. Here's Fan deep in the corner near the hash. Fan out to Abney. Abney against Lindahl. Abney holds it high over his head. To Fan for a 3. That's off the back iron, no good. That ball came all the way out to the 3-point line, if you can believe it. Fan got his own rebound, drove in, and laid it in. That comes Platte County down by 19. The Owls had their biggest lead of the night. Off to Cox in the corner, in the middle. Berry spins along the baseline against Kodowitz. They're going to call him for step for walking. The Owls have simply dominated this basketball game on the inside. Bodie over the timeline with 40 seconds. Coach Kevin Hart wants the Owls to play for one. Bodie off to Kodowitz, top of the circle. Here's Fan. Of course, if the Owls get a layup or an easy shot down low, they may go ahead and take it. Here's Sleeper off the Fan. 25 seconds left to play in a half. Over to Keith in the corner against Cox. Keith, baseline pass inside to Bodie. And they're going to call Steve for walking. So much for that strategy. And Platte County can get a shot at the last bucket here in this first half. Inside of 18 seconds, 15 seconds, Lindahl off to Seaton. Back to Lindahl for a three, top of the circle, no good. Rebound down low, Fan has it. Still 8 seconds left to play in the half. Off to Keith, to Bodie. Bodie will shoot a three over Seaton. That won't go down. Rebound, 2 seconds, 1. And that ends the first half. And a good first half for the Seaton, Biggest, and Cox. So the starting five are back in there for Platte County, moving from left to right as we start this second half. Marshall leads by 19. Top of the circle, Folk. Down low, they swing it to Berry against Sleeper. Good again. Platte County has had great success with that play. We're getting a lot of those. There's Bodie for a long three, misses everything. But there's Sleeper again with the offensive rebound. Count the bucket, and a foul is called from behind against Berry. Really got to believe that this is when playing in a conference like the Owls do in the North Central Missouri Conference makes all the difference in the world. It is physical. The Owls have been playing against bigger teams in that conference all season. They out-rebounded Odessa, something terrible the other night, and they're doing the same thing to Platte County here this evening. Sleeper hit the free throw to complete the three-point play. Back come the Owls. Here's Abney after a turnover. Abney spins towards the lane, kick it out the Fan for a three, count it. Fan just spotted up, and Abney said, here you go, and Eric bottomed it. Now almost a steal near the timeline by Abney. And Platte County is in danger here of really getting blown out. 49-26. Falk with the basketball. Wing right side, Cox. Cox looks inside, back off to Berry. Over to Falk along the baseline. Falk throws it up over Sleeper and gets it to go down. C.J. Falk gets his first two of the game. Here's Bodie over the timeline, and the Owls almost throw it away. Fan recovers. Fan, top of the circle, looking for a cutter inside. Now picks up the dribble, has to get rid of it. It does so to Bodie. Bodie off to Kodowitz. Kodowitz down the baseline, back off the Sleeper, top of the circle. Sleeper with it, leaves it for Bodie. Lane left. Bodie against Falk. On the floor, puts it down low to Sleeper, spins, puts it up off the glass, no good, a little too hard. Rebound by Berry in the corner. Berry runs it down off the Falk. Coming up on 6:15 left to play, third quarter. Falk down the baseline, now kicks it back out to Cox, down low to Berry, 8 feet over Sleeper, won't get the roll, rebound by Kodowitz. Kodowitz off to Abney. Abney to Fan on the run. Fan along the baseline, almost lost it. Fan still on the dribble. Fan has to give it up. Fan looking for help. Goes cross-court to Bodie, tried to flip it down low to Sleeper. It's deflected and stolen away by Biggest. Biggest up the lane, or up the wing to Cox, and it's tipped away by Abney after the Owl turnover. And Richmond gets it back. Marshall leads by 21. Looking for their 5th win in a row, their 17th win of the season. Berry gets it into Falk. And Falk will dribble out high between the two circles to Cox. Now to Berry, who takes it between the two circles. Down low, they try to bounce a pass into Seaton. Stolen away by Sleeper out to Kodowitz. Kodowitz will work the ball up the floor over to Fan. Fan will shoot a three over Cox. It's no good. Eric gets his own rebound along the lane, puts it up, no good. Gets it back again, goes for a third try, but he took steps. Eric was going to shoot it until he made it. Finally, on the third try, he traveled. The Owls have committed 8 turnovers, but they have a healthy 21-point lead. 5:20 left to play, third quarter. See if Platte County can make a run here and get back in this. Here's Seaton for a jumper. He hits it over Kotowitz from about 12 feet out. Seaton's got half a dozen. Now here comes the pressure from Platte County. The Owls work it up the floor easily, though. Here's Bodie. Over the line on the right. Into Abney. Abney almost walked. Abney back off to Kotowitz at the top of the circle against Seaton, over to Fan. Fan goes baseline around a screen from Sleeper. Can't get it to go. Rebound again. Kotowitz puts it up. Count the bucket. And a foul's going to be called against either Seaton or Folk. It's going to be Seaton who picks up the foul. The way Folk had that grimace on his face, I thought it might be him. He was in the area, but Seaton picks it up. That's his first. 4:52 left to play in the third quarter. Kotowitz has 6 points in the game. The Owls already have 3 players in double figures, and Sleeper has 9. Marshall really spreading things around here in this ball game. Marquin Keith comes back in, and Abney will check out for a moment. Kotowitz misses the free throws. It bumps the front of the rim, and Folk comes back with it for Platte County. Folk off to Carl Matt, who's back in the ball game. Matt played briefly in the first half, did not score. Seaton's left open for a three. A check it, that's biggest for a three-pointer. He nailed it. That's his second tray of the game. He's got 10. Here's Fan along the baseline. Fan has to hold up the dribble. Lob inside for Sleeper. Nice catch by Max. Puts it up. Missed the layup. Rebound in the lane. Picked up by Folk. Long lead pass to Biggest, who's ahead of the field. Lays it up and in. 51-35 now. Here's Kotowitz to the paint. He walked with it. Now getting a little bit impatient with their offense, and Coach Kevin Hart wants to take a timeout. Seaton will inbound into Folk. And it's been Mike Biggest with some key baskets here in the last few moments. It's gotten Platte County thinking of getting back in this thing. There's a skip pass off the Biggest for a three over Fan. Good again. Beautiful play. Dive ran by Frank Wheeler. Wheeler cross court with the pass, and from one corner to the other, and Biggest hit the tray. He's on fire here. He scored 8 straight points. Platte County's on an 8-0 run. Here's Fan. Gets it off to Abney. Abney and Platte County picks up the D. Off to Kotowitz. Kotowitz one bounce to Bodie. Bodie off the Sleeper. High post. Max bothered by Barry. Off to Kotowitz. Over to Abney. Now a little more patient now. Let's see if Abney wants to take Folk to the hole. Off the Fan. Foul line jumper for Eric. Good. Fan stops the run. He's got 15 in the game to lead the Owls. Marshall leads by 15. Here's Folk. Top of the circle against Abney. Owls in that zone. Again, cross court the Biggest. Inside pass. They try to get a little touch pass inside to Matt. Thrown away by Sleeper. Off to Abney. Abney 1-on-3. Off to Bodie. Touch pass to Fan in the corner. Eric missed it. Rebound down low. Taken away by Bodie. Bodie has it out high. Lob pass inside Sleeper over Barry. Good. Ball hung on the rim, dropped through. Here's Matt on the lead pass from Folk to the forecourt. Off to Seaton. Seaton drives in the paint, had it slapped away from behind by Bodie. Kotowitz back to Bodie for a layup. He missed it. Rebound. Bodie gets it. Inside the pass to Abney for a finger roll. He couldn't get it to go. And rebound taken down by Seaton. Owls missed a couple of opportunities there, and here's Folk. Back out to Seaton, inside of Barry. He lost it. Bodie has another steal, and then in turn he turns it over to Barry. To Folk for a three. That won't go. Rebound Barry, down low, spins over Sleeper from 8. And that won't go down. Rebound by Bodie and a whistle. Let's see what the call is. Carl Matt picks up the foul. That's his first. So both teams had a couple of cracks at it, couldn't get it to go down, and Abney will walk it up the floor with the left hand on the dribble against Mike Biggest. Around a screen from Sleeper, he dashes towards the baseline, throws it in off the glass. Abney with a dozen, back comes Folk. The Owls have a 19-point lead again. Folk for a three, he just can't get it to go tonight. Back off the Fan. Fan on the rebound, over the line on the right. Baseball pass, cross court. Abney for a three over Folk. Good again. Abney hits his first three. Here's Biggest in the paint, runs over Sleeper, blocking foul on Max. That'll be his third. And that'll put Biggest at the line. But Platte County got this 23-point Owl lead down to 13. Then Fan hit a jumper, then Joe Abney went to work. And Marshall suddenly leads again by 22. Biggest will be at the line for a couple. Excelsior Springs, the host team, will take on Richmond in the other semifinal after this one tonight. Free throw by Biggest, good. Biggest has had a big quarter. He's had 9 points in this third quarter. He'll get one more. Free throw, good again. 10 points in the quarter for Biggest. Now double teaming Bodie in the backcourt is Seaton and Falk, but the Owls break out. Here's Abney with it. Abney against Biggest. Backs in on him. Now he'll retreat the dribble. Out near the corner. Off to Kotowitz. Spins in the lane. Gets Seaton off his feet. Puts it up and in. Kotowitz with 8. The Owls lead by 22 again. Here's Matt. Throws the ball away to the backcourt. And it will be over and back. Seaton did a great job to try and save it. But had 1 foot over the back line, over the timeline rather, in the back court, and the Owls get it back. 11 turnovers against Platte County. That's not really that bad of a number, but well, they've all seemed to be big ones. The Owls seem to be scoring points on almost every Platte County turnover. They lead by 22, coming up on a minute left to play in the third quarter. Markman Keith, J.R. Lawless back in the game. Abney misses a 3 from way out. And now a long lead pass for Biggest is tapped by Abney out of bounds. Otherwise, Biggest would have had a deuce on the other end on a layup. And Platte County will get it back with 58 seconds left to play in the quarter. Here's Falk on the inbounds, wanted to shoot the 3, now dribbles inside the 3-point line and hits a 12-footer near the paint. Falk only has 4 in the game. Bodie off to Lawless. Lawless in the corner to Bodie. Bodie holds it high over his head against Falk. On the dribble to the foul line. Inside the pass to Aaron Copeland, who's in the ball game, missed the layup, and back comes Falk with it. So Aaron Copeland, 6'1" junior forward now in the game for the Owls. Falk shoots a 3 over Lawless, won't go. Rebound down low, batted around, and Abney comes out of there with it for the Owls. Abney weaving through traffic, has it tipped away from behind. Now a long lollipop pass for Seaton. He tried to save it, but the thing was like a parachute coming down. And the Owls get it back on the turnover. 17 seconds. Platte County had all kinds of time. Now DeMille Davis tries to dribble out of trouble in the backcourt, does so up to Bodie. Bodie to the 3-point line on the right. Bodie dribbles baseline, goes inside, tried to leave it for Copeland, lost it. Ball's on the floor. 4 players are on the hardwood. And it's a tied-up ball, and on the alternate possession rule, Platte County will get it with just 4 ticks left on the clock. Seaton will inbound, and we've got some confusion over near the scorer's table. I think they're trying to figure out where they want to inbound the ball at. Oh, they were trying to figure out who had the possession arrow in their favor, and it was the Owls. So Marshall will get one more possession here. Bodie to Keith, into Lawless, 2 seconds, 1. Bodie gets it off at the buzzer. It won't go down. That ends the quarter. 16-9 mark. Falk starts the dribble to start this fourth quarter. Left to right, the Pirates are moving. Here's Biggest to Falk. Off to Seaton. He'll shoot a 3 over Fan. Misses everything. Rebound Kotowitz. Comes off to Davis with it. Davis leads a 3-on-2 to Fan. In 3-point line, Eric doesn't shoot it. Off to Bodie. Touch pass baseline right to Sleeper. He holds it over his head. Bodie gets it back in the corner. Bodie goes baseline. Down inside. Sleeper gets it. Lays it up. No good. Rebound. Fan has it tapped out to him. He couldn't get it to go. DeMille Davis on the inside. Spins away from trouble and hits the 8-footer. Davis gets his first 2. The Owls lead by 22. Here's a shot put up, right-hand side, no good by Biggest. Rebound in the corner by Berry for Platte County. Off to Seaton, inside Berry, spins over Kodowitz from 8, no good. Rebound tapped out, Biggest gets it in the lane near the foul line, can't get the roll. Rebound by Kodowitz. Kodowitz took a swipe at Cox as he went by after that rebound, but the official says nothing. Back comes Sleeper down low on a pass from DeMille Davis, and Max puts it up and in. He's got a dozen. The Owls have got 4 players in double figures. Wing right side, Cox has it. Cox in the middle, shot put up by Biggest is partially blocked by Fan, and the official says it went off a Platte County player out of bounds, and the Owls get it back. Kodowitz, baseball pass to the forecourt to Fan as the Owls break the pressure. Fan in the middle, Kodowitz down low, a beautiful pass to Sleeper, lost a hand on the way up, gets it back and lays it up and in. The Owls' interior passing has been magnificent. They don't have a lot of height, but they do a good job of working the ball inside the paint area till they get a man open. Here's Falk against Bodie. Falk way out high. 6 minutes left to play in the ball game. Down low the pass. Cox couldn't get the layup to go. That's the way it's gone for Platte County. And here's another way it's been going. All the way down, the Owls Fan with a layup, no good, but a foul's called against the Pirates. Berry picks up the foul. That's his second. We've only had 6 free throws in this ball game. Apparently that foul was after the shot, so the Owls will not be shooting free throws. Here's Abney. No dribble around to the top of the circle off to Bodie. Bodie back to Abney. Abney looks inside, still on the dribble between the legs. Seaton pops out on him. Here's DeMille Davis. Platte County in a man-to-man. Davis dribbling out high off to Bodie. Bodie around Falk towards the paint, lays it up and in. Falk gambling on a steal, lost. Bodie had the open lane to the bucket and took it for the deuce. Here's Seaton for a 3 from way out over Davis, no good. Rebound, Fan gets it. Let him and Cox get all tangled up, and Cox will pick up the personal. And that'll be 5 team fouls on Platte County. The Owls only have 1 team foul in the second half. That's Cox's second foul. Bodie inbounds to Sleeper. He is double teamed in the backcourt, loses it. Falk goes up with it after the steal, puts it off the window, no good, but he'll go to the line for a couple. 2 shots for C.J. Falk. Marquin Keith will come back in the game for Bodie. Coach Kevin Hart was concerned about playing back-to-back nights, and the Owls do have a rather thin bench. And you would pretty much expect them to get people like Abney and Bodie and Fan and Sleeper and those people out of the ball game here rather shortly, unless Platte County really puts on a run here. Falk hits them both, and it would take quite a run. They're down by 26. Here's Abney to the forecourt after the pressure. Abney in the corner, still on the dribble, turns his back on Falk. That's when he's most dangerous, is when he turns his back on you. Here's DeMille Davis. Davis out high against Biggest, off to Abney against Falk. In the corner on the pass to Keith. Keith wants to shoot it, gives it back up to Abney. Abney goes to the lane, kicks it back to Sleeper, back to Joe Abney. 5 minutes left to play in the ballgame. Abney now spins down the lane, puts it up and in, and he hit the floor hard, and he may be injured. Abney, after making that shot, apparently came down hard, and I can't tell what might the problem be. He's had problems with an ankle on and off through the season. And we won't speculate what it might be. We'll take a quick break, be right back. The Owls up big by 28, but right now the main concern is for guard Joe Abney. Well, we're going to keep it right here as Abney comes to his feet. He's trying to walk it off. We had just mentioned Coach Kevin Hart might want to pull some of his starters out, and for sure Abney will be out the rest of the ball game. He's putting a little bit of weight on it, but not a much. And Platte County will get the ball back. You're listening to KMMO in Marshall. Pat Duncan with you. 44 for Platte County, 72 for the Owls. His biggest trying to alter that score, and he does with a 3 for Platte County. Mike Biggis having a nice evening. He's got 20 points. Back come the Owls. 3-on-2. Davis down the lane. Off the fan. Offensive foul against Davis. So DeMille Davis picks up the offensive foul as he was out of control going through the paint area. And that's his second. 3 team fouls against Marshall. And back comes Falk with it up the wing to Cox. Cox in the middle of Falk. He'll shoot a 3 over Bodie, no good. Rebound in the lane. Barry spins from 8 feet, right side, no good. Rebound Sleeper. Leads past to Bodie. Bodie on a layup attempt, gets it to go down. Bodie's got 14. Just playing out the string here at Excelsior Springs. Here's Barry, he walked with it. Barry got a nice dish inside from Seaton, who drove the left side of the lane, but took a jump step with both feet. Aaron Copeland will come in now for Sleeper. Bodie's going to check out of the ball game. Lawless is in. Coach Kevin Hart wants the Owls have all their starters out of the ball game. Copeland and Brad Ewert, a couple of 6'1" junior forwards in the game. And here's Copeland going hard to the bucket. The Owl coaching staff likes Aaron Copeland and Brad Ewert. And they're not big kids. Ewert might go about 6'2", Copeland 6'1" or so, but oh, they play hard. And they really create havoc underneath the bucket. Copeland will go to the line for a deuce. First one is up, good. Aaron will get one more. He played briefly in the first half, didn't score. Second one is up, rolls around, won't go down, rebound, taken down by Falk, and he's still in the game. And his last game, finishing out what's been a very good career here at Platte County. Cross-court pass, looking inside for Barry. Barry trying to spot up. Now Falk still outside against Lawless. Off the biggest, he'll shoot a 3, no good. Rebound by Cox, tipped up try, no good. Rebound Copeland on the wing up to Lawless. Lawless over the line on the right. 3.5 left to go in the game. Off to Davis. Davis stops at the foul line. Down low. Copeland over Barry. Goes the opposite side of the glass with it and puts it up and in. Started one way and went the other and got it to go. Nice athletic move by Copeland. He's got 3 points. Now here's a turnover in the lane. Here's Keith ahead with it. Keith over the timeline. Keith kills the dribble into the 3-point line off to Davis. Davis top of the circle against Biggis. Davis shakes, bakes, goes towards the lane, kicks it back out to Ewert in 3-point country. Over to Marquin Keith, who I think took an extra step going to the bucket, turned it over. And new player in the ball game, Neil Elliott will come in, and Mike Biggis, who's had a tremendous ball game, particularly in the second half, sits down. Here's Falk inside to Barry. That pass is stripped away by DeMille Davis, and here's Lawless with it. Up to Keith, top of the circle. Thought about a 3, but then held it out. Still thinking about it. Now we'll shoot an off-balance jumper in the lane and gets it to go down. Markman's got 5. The Owls are blowing away the Pirates here tonight in the semifinal at Excelsior Springs, and they will play in the district final for the 3rd year in a row. Here's Falk, top of the circle, and swing it left-hand side, open for a 3 is Travis Cox, and he hit. 82-47. The Owls, however, still lead by 35. Here's DeMille Davis in the corner. Davis against Lawless. Davis trying to get it to Lawless. Inside, the ball's tipped, but Copeland got it. And the shot's put up no good, and the scoreboard operator's got things all messed up. He's got the score 82-79. And I'm thinking it should be 79 for the Owls and not 82. They gave that 3-pointer to the Owls. It's 79-50. There we go. Platte County's Frank Wheeler doesn't need any more. He doesn't need that kind of help from the scorers. 2 minutes left to play in the game. Neil Elliott back in there for Platte County. He sports a pair of goggles. Off to a new player in the game, Tim King, a 6'1" senior, who was slated to start tonight, but isn't in there until the waning moments of the fourth quarter. Carl Matt back in the ball game as well, so both teams are substituting here freely in the last couple minutes of the ball game. Here's Cox for another three. That one doesn't go down. Rebound in the paint, Carl Matt from 8 feet. Good. 6'1" junior gets his first two, and back on the Owls, leading by 27. Here's Lawless in the corner, cut off by King, gets it into Davis. Davis, top of the circle, dribbling on Elliott. Davis goes around Elliott to the paint, lays it up and in. Nice move by DeMille Davis, who drew him out and then blew right by him. Top of the circle, they swing it off to Cox. Crisscross the court with the pass off to Lindahl. His pass to Elliott is taken away by Lawless, and Lawless lost it to Matt. Cross court back to King in the paint from 8 feet over Marquand Keith, no good. Matt underneath on the offensive glass, gets it back to Cox for another three. That's no good. Rebound Lindahl in the lane. His shot is blocked by Keith. Back come the Owls again. Keith dribbling against Lindahl with the left hand. Keith will stop at the baseline. Guns once tries to go cross court to DeMille Davis, but that pass is picked off by Elliott. Elliott to the forecourt. Elliott in the paint. Elliott stops, splits two players, puts it up, no good. Rebound, tap back out to Lindahl. 4-3 over Lawless, that won't go. Rebound tapped around, then back coming with it is Copeland for the Owls. Over the line on the right, and a bit of experience here on this floor. And Brock gets the inbounds pass, so it was just a timeout to get the players in the game. Brock back to Fitzgerald near the timeline. Fitzgerald on the dribble with the left hand. Fitzgerald tries to go between two players, he's bumped him. But there's no call. Now there's finally a call, and a foul is called against, I believe, no, it's going to be against the Owls. And Fitzgerald is a rather slender young man. He goes about 6'2" or so, 6'3". He got sandwiched pretty good. He gets called for the foul. Here's a shot put up from the wing by Matt, no good. Rebound by Hoffman. Then Jimmy tried to, well, able to get it to Sean Hockaday at the buzzer, and that ends the ball game.